Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, I got a conundrum. Muslims are basically conservative, right? But they vote Democrat. Interesting, isn't it? Well, I believe that they vote for the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party they know will destroy America, and that's what they want. We're going to talk about that today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show. Let's get this thing started. In the last election here in the state of Virginia, we had a lady by the name of Gonzala that won lieutenant governor of the state of Virginia. She's the first Muslim to win statewide, first Muslim woman to win statewide in the history of the United States of America. Keith Ellison was in Congress, and he became the first Muslim to win statewide in the United States of America. Keith Ellison from Minnesota. This is interesting because these people are Democrats. Now, Islam is a very conservative religion, very conservative. These guys are conservative with LGBTQ. They don't believe in all this transgender stuff, castrating children, cutting off the breasts of children. They don't believe in abortion. They don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in gay marriage, homosexuality. They don't believe in any of that. They believe in the right to keep and bear arms. They believe that it is Islamic law that you have the right to defend yourself. They believe in traditional marriage. Some of them might believe in some type of polygamy, but it's got to be a man and women. It can't be men and men or women and women. It can't be that. They believe in disciplining their children. They believe in a lot of that. The question becomes then, if they believe that, why are Muslims voting for the Democratic Party? Now, Dinesh D'Souza asked this question of a Muslim in a interview that he did. You can see it here.
So here's a paradox. In America, we have a political left. It's a progressive left. As you know, it's sexually permissive. And this political movement appears strangely allied with radical Islam. Can you explain this?
When I was an extremist, Islamist, fundamentalist, I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parades. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. Ilhan Omar, she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other, my body, my choice. Yes, go do that. But would she have an abortion? Never. Never. Would she kill a Muslim in her stomach? Never.
What is the fundamentalist and jihadi agenda for America?
The future of America has to be Muslim.
Now, isn't that interesting? This Muslim said that he would vote for the Democrats because the Democrats are useful idiots and that they would vote for their own destruction, and the Muslims are going to help them bring about their own destruction. And that is the destruction of America also. He said that the future of America is Islam. And they are setting up a system to rule over you. Now, most of these Muslims don't send their children to public school. And if they do, they still have a whole lot of control over what they are educated when they get them home. They're not like Americans. Americans just, anything that their children see it. Now, Muslims are much more controlled than we are, much more. And that's not a bad thing. Very seldom do you see their children in jail unless they're Nation of Islam Muslims, because some jokers, that's a whole other story. But many times when they come to jail, they don't come to jail as Muslims. They turn into Muslims while they're in jail. And then when they come out, they go to the mosque. So jail is really a training ground for a lot of these guys. I've seen guys come into, when I worked in the penitentiary, I saw guys come in to the penitentiary, pseudo-Christians. Then they come in and they join the nation. And then when they go out, they go to the mosque. But the Muslims right now have a plantation system set up in America that they're going to put into place within the next 50 to 100 years. What is this system? Well, the plantation system. The master got a good education. The master got his children a good education. The master lived a life where he was an entrepreneur. He got businesses. He saved money. He lived kind of an austere life where he was not out of control. But what did he do to the slave? The slave could not learn to read or write. He made sure the slave sometimes was an alcoholic and a drunk. He made sure he stayed poor. He made sure that he stayed fearful. He made sure he stayed demoralized. And the master in the big house could then control these slaves. So what system? So the master had a two-tiered system, a system for himself and a system for his slaves. The Muslims are doing the same thing here in America. They're going to have an Islamic system for themselves where they live by these Islamic laws in their communities and in their homes. But then they're going to use the government to press a subversive system on the United States of America, a system that presses abortion, a system that presses gay rights, a system that presses a destruction of Christianity, a system that destroys entrepreneurship so they can keep them under control so the Muslims can be here and the Americans be here. And it shows that because Muslims who are conservative vote for the Democratic Party. They vote for abortion up to the 9th month. Yeah. They vote to have you kill yourself. They vote for a terrible public educational system and against school choice. Why? Because they want you to have an educational system they can control so you can kill yourself. They vote to have these illegals come in. Why? Because that's how they get their people in. They're setting this thing up to do to us what we did to the Native Americans and to the black people here. And you ignorant Democrats don't even see it. And a whole lot of stupid Republicans don't see it either. So I'm here ringing the bell for you, okay?
And this is why Imam Khomeini, who declared the International Day of Quds, this is why he would say to pour all of your chants and all of your shouts upon the head of America.
They figured it out, y'all. They've taken the old plantation system and they're making it work for them. And the Democrats are so freaking stupid. I don't know if they're stupid. I think they're part of it. Just this last week, you see what them stupid jokers did? They sent out a little commercial telling American soldiers that you do not have to adhere to or obey unlawful orders.
Congressman Chris Deluzio joined 5 other Democratic lawmakers, all of them military or intelligence community veterans, to urge current officials to disobey illegal orders. Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin, a former CIA analyst, posted the video. The lawmakers say threats to the Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Our Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you. We need you to stand up for our laws,
Our Constitution and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Slotkin told the New York Times that she's heard from active duty troops who are concerned about the legality of strikes on people the Trump administration says are drug traffickers. The administration called the video an attempt to encourage the military to rebel against Trump.
Now, this is interesting because when you asked them to name an unlawful order, the American jokers couldn't name one. So why did they do the commercial? trying to start insurrection. That's all. They're trying to make every soldier a law to himself. They want this soldier to say, I believe that it's unlawful, therefore I am not going to obey the order. What is your basis to say that this law is that this is unlawful? Me? That's my basis. Boy, that's some hubris, isn't it? You're going to have U.S. senators and congressmen put this commercial on TV telling soldiers to not obey the president if they believe, if the soldier believes that the order is unlawful. Donald Trump said they should all be shot, put to death for treason. But these are the same Democrats that are showing up at ICE facilities, fighting federal officials who are trying to get illegals out of this country. These are the same Democrats who want to, even after America did all this COVID crap and scared everybody, and we're talking about whether or not these vaccines start autism, they still want to expand a federal medical regime where everybody's medical services are under the auspices of the federal government, which means it will be under the auspices of the Democratic Party, an evil institution. Man, why would you do that? Why would you put that type of power in the hands of the government, and especially an evil government like the Democratic Party? The same government that had the plantation, the same government that used state and federal money to sterilize women in the 50s and the 60s. This system that, as we now are looking, Bobby Kennedy is saying that the food supply and the medical services are killing the American people. And what do you want? Expand it. And the Muslims are saying, yes, please expand it so that when we take over, we'll have it. Mandami, a Muslim, done took over New York City. And you stupid people can't see this coming? So we got a Muslim lieutenant governor in the state of Virginia. You got a Muslim attorney general in Minnesota. You got Mandami that took over New York City, step by step, bit by bit. I think they said we got 89 Muslims elected. We got like 4 in Congress right now. And about 95% of them are all Democrats. You might find a Republican sparse out here or there. But of all of the elected Muslim officials in America, about 95% of them are Democrats. And the Muslims hate, as a religion and as a culture, they hate the policies of the Democratic Party. Y'all see where this is going? They're using the Democratic Party as a weapon to destroy their enemies. They're voting to put together a lethal weapon to destroy their enemies. It's like if you got, pests, boll weevils, something eating your garden, you're going to vote to get a pesticide to kill them all. The pesticide's not for you. The pesticide is for them, for your pests. You're going to vote for a police force to get the drug dealers out. You're going to vote for ICE to come in and get the daggum illegal. ICE is not for us. ICE is for them. That's how the Democrats see that's how the Muslims see the Democratic Party, as their own private security force to destroy Christians in the United States of America. Boy, that's smart. That's diabolical, man. And they come in and they use their money to give to this party to destroy their enemies inside of the United States of America. I'm going to tell you what. I might just go up and sit down with Omar and Talib and just give them a handshake. Because I'm going to tell you what, man. You know what? Game, no game. To use your own government, to use it to destroy your enemies is wow. Now, I'm just here ringing the bell. I see it coming. So they ain't going to get me. I mean, I know a lot of Muslims. I sit down and I tell them all the time, I see you jokers coming, man. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. And I was like, how come you ain't a Muslim? Because I believe Jesus Christ raised from the dead. Believe he died for my sins. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Understand what your Quran says about us. Understand that we have foolishly allowed too many people that do not have American ideas to come into our nation, and they're turning it into a socialist cesspool. I know that we are giving people power in this nation who will use our own government to destroy us. It's like Star Wars, man. I remember when the Sith took over and he used the army that he had been secretly building to subdue the people. And the people sat there and applauded while it happened. And she said, this is how democracies died. This is how freedom dies, with thunderous applause.
Galactic Empire for a safe and secure society.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
I'm here to warn you that there's a plan that's happening right now between Muslims and atheists and LGBTQ. It's a cabal of people that hate Christianity and hate America because America at one time loved Christianity. And they know that in order to subdue the world, they must destroy America. And in order to destroy America, they must destroy the Christians in America. And our tolerance is going to get us killed. My tolerance is over. That's why I wrote this book. Buy it. The End of Tolerance, my last book. We've allowed these people to come in and take over our country. We've allowed them to take over our schools. We've allowed them to put us in the closet while they've come out. We've allowed them to run our religion out of the public square. We've allowed them to castrate our children and sexually groom them for their purposes. My tolerance is over. We've allowed them to be able to practice their religion in public. Well, we can't even mention the word of God, but they can work that they can call Allah. They can do the call of prayer 5 times a day. They can do that. We can't even allow our children to say grace at school. We need to get back to what we know. Understand that tolerance is going to get you killed. That we hold firm to what we believe. And there is nothing wrong with a strong man saying no. Nothing wrong with you protecting your boundaries. Nothing wrong with you saying you're not coming any further. I'm not going to allow you to corrupt my children. And I'm not going to allow you to corrupt my home. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. And I'm not willing to die for my freedom, but I'm willing to make the other, you know what, die for his. So you need to back up off me and leave me alone now. And you need to recognize what's going on in these cities. And yeah, you need to ask that hard question, as I ask of a Christian. If you're a Christian, why can you vote for 9-month abortion? Why can you vote to run God out the public square? How can you vote to destroy the family? How can you vote to castrate little boys and little girls? I can ask a Muslim the exact same thing. You can do it because you're a hypocrite and you're a liar. And my job is to educate you and inform you because I'm here to wake you up. And I hope I did you some good here today. So join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website, and on my website, you're gonna see a lot of great stuff, man. You're gonna see that we got t-shirts, we got caps, you got my books, my documentaries, you got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new t-shirts, we're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it, make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good, and it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the t-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.